Here's the big question. Why do you want to do this? There are a number of reasons, and I think they're all good ones. Here are just a few that I've heard over time. You have a 9 to 5 and you do it well, and you make enough at it to support yourself or your family, and you make enough of a living to be fulfilled in those hours, but you've got another creative side of you that could use some space to breathe. Or you've just finished your 9 to 5 after some years doing it, and there's a book inside you that's always been rattling around. You'd like to get it out if possible. Or you've just always had an inkling that you'd be good at this, or maybe other people have always told you that you always have the right word at the right time, or you just have interesting turns of phrase, or the memos that you write at work have a certain special sound to them, or the handwritten notes that you write people always make them smile a little extra, or laugh a little more, or remember certain phrases. All of these are good reasons, and there are many, many others, of course, and I don't think there's any judgment about them. If you want to do this, then there's no reason not to take a shot. It can be a really rewarding, fun, often lucrative career, and it's like any other career. It just takes persistence, knowledge, a lot of determination and diligence, and there's no reason one can't be successful doing it. If you want to do it, well, what do you do to start? How do you get into those starting blocks that I talked about, and how do you start running the race? The nice thing about freelance writing is that there are no specific rules for being allowed to do it. There's no diploma, there's no certification. You don't have to write any boards or bars to do it. There are skills to acquire, and there are rules to learn, and some unwritten guidelines that you have to become aware of. But if you want to do it, you can dive right in, which is a really great thing. I submit to you that you really only need to do 3 things to start yourself off as a freelancer. One, which is the most essential, of course, is to write. You've probably heard many times variations of on the question, what does it take to become a writer, and variations on the answer, you need to do 2 things, write, read. And I believe that firmly too, or sometimes people say 3 things, write, read, write, and so on and so forth. Well, it's true. Freelance writing, the word is right in there. No one's going to write the words for you. You've got to get them down. So before you can do anything else about this, you've got to start producing material. Some of it may be awful, some of it may be great. Usually the stuff that you think is great, other people may think is not so. The stuff that you think is mediocre, other people may think are absolute jewels. Don't worry about that. Just start writing. The second thing you have to do is do your homework. You have to learn how to be a great researcher, detective, investigator. You have to be sly about this often. The reason I have the picture of the 2015 writers market up there is because if you don't have a copy of the current writers market, you should. It is the best resource for writers out there and has long been so, including its offshoots, novel and short story writers market, children's writers and illustrators market, literary agents, and so forth. All of the writers market's resources have long been my Bible, and they should be for you too. There are others out there, but this is really the one to get. Writers Market helps teach you to navigate the world of writing in terms of who wants what they pay, how long they typically make you wait, who to contact, how to contact, what kinds of things they're looking for, and so forth. It's just a great way to get your feet wet, and even if it's a bit daunting at first, it will also feel exhilarating to you to flip through the pages and just to see how many different potential places there are to put your writing.